Hello everyone, and welcome to my analysis of the Bridegan pre-trial hearing. And I just got to have some video questions to Jose BAEZ, which the First Coast News and Action News Jacks were also here. And the next meeting is December 11th. Some interesting things that I noticed in this hearing: that SHANNA gave Mario an extreme stank look as he walked by her. She was also wearing some very baggy pants that looked like somebody, like a man, had loaned her. Maybe Jose had given her an extra pair of pants. And in this next few clips, we talked to some of SHANNA's friends who have been her confidants after this murder, some people from Jacksonville and Ponte Vedra, and there'll be a long clip of an interview of Jose BAEZ. Sorry if that volume isn't great. There was a lot of media there. He's getting a lot of attention for this trial in Jacksonville, and I thought it was really interesting that on STS they said that Jose might be getting a huge retainer, so this will probably not be a speedy trial. Definitely reiterated that to us, that there's a lot of files to go through. I think 1 terabyte of files, and he said that there is no evidence against SHANNA, so none that he can see, and the kids are with SHANNA's parents right now. As I asked Court TV and saw a bunch of people from Court TV, Matt from Court TV, and some other local news stations were here. Big shout out to First Coast News and Action News Jack. Their whole team was here. Everyone was really interested in this case locally. So hope to keep you guys updated in the next case management hearing on December 11th, my birthday.
Just so we're have you on that side.
Oh, you want me on that side?
Well,
okay.
That's what they say. We have to, but
I'm trying to follow the rules. So you know, I normally don't speak after court every day unless there's something to be said. I'd rather do this than have you guys follow me walking down the street. I mean, if we can avoid that, I think we'll get along great.
sure.
But at the same time, I don't have a whole lot to comment on, especially just for hearings that are mere formalities. So if you have any questions, I really want to know.
Well, I got a big question about all
It's a big
the
one, isn't it?
confidential information.
You want me to give you confidential information?
What is your take on the emails on the attorney-client privilege? Is it okay for the judge to appoint somebody else? I mean, this is really Jesse Dreiser's motion, but
Well, the attorney-client privilege is a very important and delicate thing to handle. And the reason for that really is we want people in society to be able to have someone to confide in as they go through the system. And the only way that can happen is if that communication and that privilege is held intact. So it's incredibly important for folks to be able to, one, confide in their lawyers, tell them everything, not hold back, and have the ability to maneuver their case through the system in the way that's approved by law. So for that reason, there's nothing more sacred in our profession than the attorney-client privilege. I understand, you have to understand how delicate the matter is. So even appointing another judge who's completely independent and has no dog in the fight, so to speak, it's still expanding and opening up that communication, which is supposed to be completely locked away between just the attorney and the client. So to me, I would, if I were Mr. Fernandez's counsel, I would be very leery in allowing that to happen too.
so what's the remedy here if you were to get your way?
Well, it's not my motion, so you'd have to ask him.
We're communications between
Correct,
SHANNA
and we're investigating all of that. You have to understand. I don't know if you heard me in court today. The discovery was shut down just as we started to open it up and look at it. So, we're looking at everything that we downloaded, making sure that there's no attorney-client privilege information in there, and two, we also have to now look at everything that was there meet with our co-counsels. I'm sorry, meet with Mr. Fernandez's lawyers and see what they were able to access that belonged to our client. So there's a whole process, and rather to speak about something that we're not completely up on, I think it's best to just wait until we've had the opportunity to do it.
How much of the discovery were you able to go through before it was shut down, and how much does that put you back in your preparation? Was it November 15th?
Right. Now a lot of the stuff is data that's not going to be much of value in the trial. But what we have gone through is we're still trying to understand why our client is in jail. And to date, a theory and a story is just simply not enough. You need evidence, and we've yet to see anything that justifies Ms. Gardner being incarcerated at this time.
The last time you and I spoke, you said that you thought she should have her own trial, her own day before. Do you plan on filing a motion for separate trials?
Again, until we've reviewed everything, all of this is premature. I can tell you yes, and then we realize it's to our advantage to have the trial together, and then I look like I'm talking out of both ends of my mouth, but I'm trying not to do that. So.
She's in plain clothes today. Why is that? Why did you push for that motion?
Well, I think everybody should be dressed in plain clothes. I don't see the point in that. She's presumed innocent, and she is innocent at this time. So I think she should be dressed like everyone else.
Some say you talked about the
And again, the point of that is so she's treated like everyone else, not different, and that's okay.
So you talked about the new lawyer to the client. What about the marriage privilege? Can you address that? Is it absolute?
You're assuming that there are statements that the privilege has to come into play to begin with. So if there aren't any, and of course there aren't any, not from anything that I've been given access to, so it's a non-factor at this point.
So what's your biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge is trying to unring the bell. I mean, there's a lot of people and a lot of publicity out there that somehow paints a story that is yet to be proven, and in fact has yet to show up by way of evidence. So that's a horrible challenge for any citizen accused to be facing, and fortunately we'll have the ability to go through it and hopefully try to turn the tide of it.
Do you think there would be a fair trial here in Duval County?
I have no idea. I knew prior to coming on this case, I had heard about it, and it's funny, I get asked all the time, hey, have you heard about this case, heard about that case? No, I'm worried about my cases. So I'm not really following other lawyers' cases. I don't know any of my clients that would appreciate that anyway. So I knew very little before getting involved, and from what I've seen so far, Ms. Gardner has not had a lot of positive publicity, and there have been many statements made about her without her having the opportunity to really respond. And I'm sorry, when you have the police, as well as numerous federal agencies, and one of the largest investigations in Duval County ever against you, it's probably best you're not out there on the soapbox speaking to the media and responding to every little theory that any blogger decides to come up with. So,
Well, the prosecution believes they have enough evidence to seek death penalty.
well, I've heard that before.
The unlimited waiver of the speedy trial, please describe this. We have
I'm sorry?
Client went under oath to talk about the unlimited waiver of the speedy trial. Could you describe what that is?
Sure, there's a statutory time period that's required for her to go to trial. Every citizen is afforded the privilege of having a speedy trial. There's no way we can go through all of this evidence that they have for, a year and a half head start and not be able to catch up and go to trial immediately. That would be foolish on our part. We try not to do that. So.
How's your client holding up? How's your client holding up right now?
As best she can. She's never been in jail before. Never had to go through an experience like this. She's away from her children. One of them is incredibly ill, and she's incredibly worried for her family. So, you know, I get asked that question all the time from all my different cases, and I still to this day don't know how to answer that because none of us have been through that type of an experience. So, any comment I give wouldn't give it justice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Support from Jack Speech all the way to sanctions.
Was this the first time that you both resolved the suspects?
Well, they really work together, but no, we've been to every court case. We've seen them individually. But I guess it's
And why is it so looks like so?
to be there at the court. I think just to keep it real. I mean, it is, you know, everybody's life going on every day. It's reminding. And I think it's just, when you're in that court, it's just real. It's not needed. It's not. It's just there. Phil and I went out. This happened in our backyard when we lived in Jack's Beach. You know, the suspects, alleged suspects live in our backyard down the street from where I live, and I think it's important that this doesn't happen. And the malice that was behind this is just incredible. I don't think we should just let this die down. It's wrong to take Jared, a father, away from his kids, away from Kirsten, away from his family, and the way they did it is just unacceptable.
And tell me about your relationship with the family.
So ironically, I had formerly worked with Jared's dad, unbeknownst until this case really came out that I put that connection together. And then as soon as this happened, I had reached out to Kirsten to say, hey, I'm happy to help put up flyers and posters. You know, living in the Jackson Beach area, Denise lives in Ponte Vedra. We have a lot of friends that we could put up in their businesses and just bring awareness to it early on. Exactly.
So you met Kirsten after the fact?
Yes. Yeah, but we were just interested in the case, and we just reached out to say, you know, we're so sorry, we help, you know, we help individuals together, and then we just kind of got to be very close with them.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, like, and subscribing. More info to come about Jared, more justice for Jared, more justice for Dan. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.